Okay guys, I'm back on this 76 Chevy Blazer. Belongs to Tim Dixon. In case you're new to the channel or just found this video, I'm doing a progressions of this 76 Blazer. It's two-wheel drive. There goes my plane. Get that out of the way. I don't have a plane, but there's one that always flies over. Hadn't heard nothing until I started this video. I'm just going to do a real quick walk around in case you're new to the channel, and if you'd like to see what all has been done to this prior to this video, just back up a few on my channel, Primered as Best, and you'll see it. All the things that my wife and I, Mrs. PIB, have done to it. Okay, here's the plan for today. Well, let me show you around the vehicle. Truck, vehicle. I'm getting ready. I'd like to do it really quick, but I'm getting ready to do a little bit of painting on this truck. I know I said in the previous videos that Tim Dixon, the guy that owns the truck, didn't want any paint work done other than maybe in the rockers and stuff where he'd replaced them. I've done that with some specially made paint. 2 cans was $51. Quite expensive for someone like my wife and myself, because we're on fixed income, so that was quite expensive for us. Anyway, here's the hood. Tim is wanting a little splash of blue on it, so that's what I'm going to do. Whatever I can do to make it blue and match. I think I can, because I've painted this. If you'll remember, back up a few videos if you're not familiar with this truck. I painted the front of this hood, which to me looks much better. But I think I'll put some blue on it. I asked him again. I just called him and got off the phone with him to make sure this is what he wants to do. And he said yes. So I'm going to address this hood, and I'm going to put some blue on it, and I've got it right here. I had to go back to the automotive paint supply store where I got this paint, because if you watch the other video, one of the videos, I get confused, but the nozzle wasn't spraying right. So I told the gentleman that mixed up the paint for me, I said, I'm having trouble with this thing spraying. I said, I've cleaned it, I've shook it up, I've turned it upside down, and cleaned the holes and all that stuff. So he gave me a couple of extra nozzles, which was very kind of him. So he's a real nice guy, but he didn't want to be on camera. Anyway, oh, something else. I'm glad I seen this. I mentioned, I think in the last video, I think it was, that I am having a hard time finding these C10 taillights. Hang on just a minute and I'll show you. Okay guys, sorry about that. I should have been more prepared, but I forgot I set these out here to show y'all. But these are the plastic ones, this part here. These are aluminum, and don't pay no attention to the color, because they put a protective coating on them. So I guess if you have a show truck, square body show truck, Blazer or Suburban, whatever, you can just peel that off. And these are the plastic ones that they're doing now, that goes over. I hate these. They're two-sided tape, and I just don't like them. I'll show you real quick, because I got to get busy. But excuse me if I sound funny. It's this pollen, but you can see this is the aluminum that came off Tim Dixon's old taillights. We put new lens in his, and doesn't it look so much better? So much better. But I had to polish his up. They're aluminum, and you can polish them, with aluminum polish. But these plastic ones, being double-sided tape, I don't think they're going to stick real long. And it's just more of cheap parts that are more expensive, if that makes any sense. So anyway, my point is, on a suggestion of some people, we went to O'Reilly's, our local O'Reilly's auto parts store, and ordered 2 sets. So I've got 2 sets of these now, and they are the aluminum. And the reason I know that is because you can see where these are bent around the taillights. You can either, you know, if you have a custom deluxe, you can, you know, take that off if you want to keep it just, you know, the plain Jane custom deluxe, or you can put this, you know, bezel on. That's what I call it, taillight bezel, aluminum, and it's the aluminum, so it'll last, you know, forevermore, pretty much, as long as you don't have a wreck or get something. So anyway, these we got these at O'Reilly's, and I could tell they had been there a long time because they had dust all over. We had to have them special ordered special, right? That's my wife, Mrs. PIB. They had to special order them, and we got 2 sets, and might have been a little bit more expensive than what I'm accustomed to paying, but as I said, I used to get this stuff on eBay, but now
there's no surprises.
Yeah, there's no surprises, and there wasn't no shipping. So yeah, I paid a little bit extra for them, but now I got 2 sets because if you've watched my channel, a lot of times I sell trucks and buy others because I'm a nut, and I have an understanding wife that realizes I have an addiction, or we have an addiction. She likes them too. So anyway, if you get to looking for some, I'm sure after this video's been made, there'll be several people, I would say, call O'Reilly. So I don't know how many more they have in their warehouse, but you might want to check and get you a set or 2 or whatever. I might even go get another set just because I like the aluminum. That's just junk. Hey, it might be good for a picture frame. Yeah, I'm a goober. Anyway, good for a picture frame. Anyway, so getting back to the real world, I'm going to take this paint, tape it up a little bit around the windshield and whatnot so I don't get overspray on it. And it's a cloudy day. I'm praying it won't rain, but it's a good cloudy day. I mean, I'll be able to hopefully do well on it. And I'm going to tape up the windshield, tape up a few little places, and I'm not going to do a whole lot, just a little. Tim said just do my own patina stuff to it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff right in here. So hang in there, we'll see what it looks like. Well, I have Mrs. PIB and myself have called Tim Dixon, or sent him pictures, that's what I meant to say, sent him pictures of this hood. Okay, now I've just kind of spritzed it. I'm not trying to cover a whole lot up, just some of the white, if that makes any sense. Remember, it was kind of white. My wife will put some pictures in so you can see before and after. But I've kind of done this, just kind of spritzed it. So now, when this paint dries here in just a minute, I'm going to get my sanding block, brick, whatever you want to call it. I can't never remember the name. And I'm going to go over this hood, and I think it'll give it, like Tim was saying, just a little splash more of blue. I spritzed it once, and Mrs. PIB sent him a picture, and he said I had just a little bit more blue. And to be honest with you, I think he made a wise decision. It looks good. Well, of course, I haven't sanded it yet, so I'll get back with you in a minute when we get that far along. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I don't know how to make anything perfect. All I know is, you know, like I say, patina style painting, rattle can. So I think this will turn out really nice. There's my sanding brick. I was wondering what in the world happened to it. It's on the windshield there. So I went around the edges just a little, up under the hood just a little, and here, and we'll see what it looks like here in a minute. Hang in there and see in a bit. Well, what do you think about the hood? I mean, I've spritzed it a couple times, tried to let the blue kind of have, yeah, make the blue pop, and you know, get rid of some of the white. you have to remember that the paint that I bought, the 2 cans for $51, is not exactly the same color. So, I mean, but to me, it looks pretty good. It's really close, and I honestly think, of course, the sun is not out. It's a cloudy day today, and I think it might be okay. I'll kind of show you up close and personal here. Yeah, my wife, Mrs. PIB, have put a before and after picture in here, but I was trying to remember everything about the hood. I've sanded it and sanded it and sanded it. And I'm not an expert on anything. I mean, all this stuff that I do is, kind of self-taught, so maybe you might not want to listen to anything I do, but that's just what, if this was mine, this is what I would do. And I think Tim made a good decision getting rid of most of the white. I mean, I don't mind a little white coming out, as you can see, but it was just, in my opinion, a little bit too much, right? My wife agrees with me. Boy, it's awful dark back there. Talking about the clouds. I'm hoping it doesn't rain. So anyway, my wife is going to get a damp rag and and go over the whole thing, get the sanding stuff off of it and where I had sanded it. And I guess I went over the rubber with some really fine steel wool and got off all the paint imperfections. My wife has went around the black on the trim, and I mean, it looks really good. And what else? There's just little things, but I mean, it all is part of the big picture. So I've kind of spritzed a little bit of paint down in here where the wipers is at. I know you can't tell it, but believe me, I did, and scuffed it up where it looks like, everything matches best that I can. And like I said, I'm not an expert on anything, but if this was mine, this is exactly what I would do. And I would have her helping me, because she's a pretty good helper. Okay, I'll see y'all in a bit. Okay guys, Mrs. PIB and myself decided that we would wait about putting penetrol on. I am ready to get this thing penetroled and ready to go back to Tim, but there's a pretty good chance of rain, and I just felt the drop. So I think I'm just going to end the video here just to be on the safe side, put this thing back in the garage. But I think it's going to turn out pretty good. I hope that you will tune in for us putting penetrol on. She's just wiping it down, making sure there's no dust, no nothing, and pollen. So appreciate you watching. You're watching Primer That's Best. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I'm on Facebook, Primer That's Best, Instagram, Primer That's Best. I have a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget, and I'm on Instagram, Man on a Budget 1. Hope y'all's having a blessed day. The Lord's in charge. Mrs. PIB says bye. I got her working. I think I'll sit back on the porch. I'm just kidding. Y'all have a blessed day. The Lord's in charge, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. Catch you in the next one. See you.